They could actually have the state-of-the-art hospitals, physicians from all over the world on Native American lands for profit. The only glitch we have is we've got a little dilemma up here. And that's the Navajo Healthcare did do this. They didn't do it right. And we have a standing lawsuit coming from Flagstaff Medical Center. They can do it. And the same thing goes with energy. They're not under the same rules the rest of us are. But let me ask you a question. I've lived with Native Americans my whole life. In western Wyoming it was the Shoshone. When I went to school it was the Sioux. And now I have the Hopis, Navajos, and the rest. Trust. Tell me what they've got to trust in the federal government. Do you know what trust is? Here's a great definition. A series of promises kept. Give me a promise that was kept. How sad. And yet the poorest of our healthcare could actually be our salvation, and actually the poorest of our segment could actually have the solutions to our energy. It's time to play. Here's a Republican that's already bridged that gap. I'm proud to say that. Because we've got to bring everybody to the table if we want to save this country. It's going to take a lot of hard work. I know about hard work. That's all I ever do. I don't know what vacations are. Because during my vacations, I see patients. There happen to be family. And many of you, I don't think take vacations either. Next 2 years are going to be tough. And the 2 years after that, maybe even a little tougher. Because you're going to have to out a president. Yeah, I said it. I don't agree with this president one iota. I hope you don't either. Because he's shown me nothing in my beliefs. Nothing in my beliefs that I had a chance to accomplish. I also think you're going to have to take on the regulatory body that's becoming its own part of government. And I think you do that through Congress. Folks, I don't have all the ideas, but I will tell you I am a fighter. And I like going down swinging. I don't like going down without taking my shots. It's going to take all of us. I need your help. I need your vote. I need your money. And I need your prayers. And I can look at each one of you and I say, I am the best candidate. And I want to kind of go through that real quickly. What other candidate makes Ann defend her own turf? Me. I've had 3 Democratic groups already come to talk to me. And you know why? I'm their doc. I may not like what I got to say, but I will listen to you, and I'm honest. I've never profited from anything, nor will I ever. That's what you get from me. But I'm all about how do we make and solve a problem. I've also raised more money than everybody, and I hope somebody asks me a question about that, because you deserve an answer. By 2 to 3 times. I can beat Ann. I believe I'm the only one. I am not an attorney. I am not a lobbyist. The number one reason why most people voted for Ann was that she was from here. I've lived here for 25 years. Dig up whatever you want on me. I don't really care. What you see is what you get. I think you'd be proud of what you get. Thank you very much. I really want your vote. I need your support. Anthony's in the back. Still need signatures. We got plenty, but you always need more. But I love questions, and I hope that you give me your questions. Thank you very much, folks. Questions? Yes.
You're talking about government and such as that. Are you the kind of guy that would go to Washington and talk about reducing the size of government and laying off government workers that are non-essential and defunding the government to a certain extent? What I'm saying is by defunding, I mean defunding some of these programs such as health care and such as that. I think that's the answer to getting rid of this health care thing is defunding it. And I think it can be done, but it has to be somebody that's willing to go there and do it. And there's several projects. And also, you talked about the interstate or the infrastructure in this country. And the infrastructure is not going to get done from government. It's going to get done from the private sector. So we need to get government out of the way and let them do their job. That's what we need to do with the infrastructure. And I'm wondering, are you willing to go to Congress and do that?
First of all, I told you about the farm bill. I'm the guy who's been preaching it. I believe that, if I'm asking you to buckle down, and by the way, dentistry is so darn frugal. Let me give you a quick story. Last year at our annual session, we spent 6 hours arguing over a $1 dues increase. I mean, they fart pennies. So that's our nature. Okay? That starts, number one is, I've been a proponent of getting rid of food stamps and having one. Tell me, why do we have two? I don't get it. I'm a simpleton. I don't get it. Please eliminate one. Let's start with one. Let's do it right. And I believe that I'm a healthcare provider, that you better eat right and be right. And I do live it. I'm allergic to wheat, so I have to be very conscious of what I do. But I take ownership. You don't owe me anything. I watch what I eat. And I'm usually pretty good at separating myself out because I only usually have one chance at food, so I'm very good with a fork and knife. That's good news. Appropriations goes through the House. You're exactly right. We're going to go over that like a fine-tooth comb. And I do believe that we're going to overtake that House and send Nancy out of the Speaker's position. And I'd really like to see her lose her job, totally. I think that's kind of impossible. But I think that's where you're exactly right. That's how you start. But what it's going to take is I still don't think you're going to have the veto power, and I still think it's unclear what's going to happen in the Senate. So out of the House, you had better bring bills from the people to show exactly what this administration is going to do. I also think that you better take on the regulatory body. This is going to be one, there's a line in the sand, and you're going to have to take on it bad. Here's why. You regulate the whole West by what?
EPA.
Guess who's coming? You better have your ducks in a row. You had better have them well in a row, because guess they're coming. And if they control the water, they control everything. Well, I like your idea, because guess what? I like working with California. I want you to think outside the box here. Who's got the biggest economy outside the United States as a single state? Well, I want to play. Because if I got water, I can make my own compact. I want to see what the American ingenuity did, because I saw it at our dinner table. I saw it in Wyoming. Maybe we need what we have as a conservative aspect where we take people and we make sure that their water rights are upheld, but that we have an idea or a way that we look at the water that we have in excess, what do we do with it, and what do we do with the water when we don't have enough. And I'd like to use that commodity just like we've started. We bank water. How do we work with the farmers over in California? How do we work with the farmers down south?
The farmers are selling their water rights in California. They did it in the Owen Valley. They're doing it in the Palo Verde Valley now. That's where I was raised. And they've already sold off. They sold off the first time 25% of their water rights. And this time they leased another 15% just recently. They've let go of almost 40% of their water rights.
Why?
To San Diego, because San Diego is out of water.
But why? There's another part to this. What?
For money.
That's right, because they're going out of business.
Yeah. Well, they make more money doing that than they can.
That's exactly right.
So.
But you know what? We've also taught farmers. I went to school at Omaha, Nebraska. And we had this thing that we paid farmers not to till any ground. I don't. First of all, folks, I don't get it.
No, I don't get it either. Because what are we going to eat?
Well, once again, the greatest chance you have for a change is when there's greatest despair. Here's our sign.
Yeah.
I mean, I follow the Blue Comedy Tour pretty well, the Blue Collar Comedy Tour. But once again, here's the things that are right in front of our eyes. Let's not play hard. I mean, we can play hardball, but let's not get complex. Let's keep it simple. And when you were talking about driving the economy, how about free money? If you're going to invest in American, how about capital gains free? Let's just keep it just really simple. Because guess what? Isn't that what happened with Reagan era?
Mm-hmm.
Hello. And how did we come out of that one? Oh, hello.
Real good. It hadn't been to Bill Clinton and the Democrats.
Yeah. But did that help? I'm not afraid to answer a question, and I'm not afraid to question anybody. I will tell you right now, I'll give you a quick example. Very first time I ever met Senator McCain, I challenged him in a photo shoot. He got flat out pissed off at me. It was about that Indian health care bill that I was telling you about.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I seen your name with his over there, and I was going to ask him this question.
Okay, well let me finish my story, and then we're going to go back to the second part, okay? So, I'm sitting on this bill, and actually, everybody was surprised I got put on this Council of Government Affairs because I represented 7 states. And when you see me, I'll tell you how I feel. I don't care how you like it, you're going to get it. And I got put on this council. And I heard that the American Dental Association, Senator McCain wouldn't talk to him. So I ended up at a fundraiser for John Kyle. And they gave me this photo ticket, and I sat there and went, okay. And then the gal came in and said, all right, take your name tags off. I usually don't have one right now. Take it off. Make sure you're nice and good looking. And I went, and I waited to the third and the last. And when we got in that between Kyle and John McCain, I started in. She said, you're a mess. And I started in on him. I said, Senator McCain, I said, this Indian health care bill is an atrocity. Listen, let me tell you, people don't much want to live up there, much rather give health care up there. I said, excuse me, it's coming to Arizona. No, it's not, he said to me. We've got it walled off in Alaska. I said, funny thing, I have the minutes from the Intertribal Council, which you endorsed it. He goes, the hell I did. I said, yes, you did, sir. And he said, I suppose you're telling me I'm a liar, or something to that aspect. And I said, well, let me tell you. I thought you were a better historian than I was. That one man doesn't stop the federal government nor the public health service. At that point, he turned red and was hopping. And he said, I suppose you have a better idea. And I said, yes, I do. I was whisked away after the photo. I sat around because I thought, uh-oh, you got an angry senator. After that meeting, he was milling around. I went up to him and he knew me. He said, Paul, did I do that in your tribal council? I said, yes, you did, sir. I have it in my car. Anybody that knows me, I carry everything in my car. I had the minutes in the car. He said, no. He said, whatever happened in the committee. Whatever happens on the House or Senate floor happens, and winked and smiled. Because come and see me. The one thing I'll say about Senator McCain, he's always given me access to himself and to his staff. That's what I'll say.